We live with grit and promise. We support one another, even over long distance. We solve problems ourselves and persevere through the challenges. Welcome to Northeastern Colorado.
This is Axel Fodor, reporting for KRPD News, the only newscast that highlights Northeastern Colorado.
And this is Raquel Galvin. Tonight we have some great stories for you from our local youth about issues that affect our region.
You know, Raquel, there are some great things about living on the Eastern Plains.
My personal favorite is the close ties with my neighbors. You never have to worry about the community coming together for someone.
Yes, and don't forget about the open space. Northeastern Colorado covers 15,752 square miles, but that also means there are a few things for us kids to do. So that's why we always hang out at parks.
In talking with people across the region, we found that one of the challenges is low-paying jobs. Northeast Colorado has a labor force of just over 45,000 people and an average unemployment rate of 3.5%.
That sounds like it would be easy to make a living in Northeastern Colorado, Raquel.
Not true, Excel. Our average wage is only $17 per hour. That's $7 less than the Colorado average.
Let's go to our roving reporter in Cheyenne County, who has been talking with people on the streets about low-paying jobs and wages.
This is Destiny Mercer live from Washington County, where today we are talking to business owners about low wages. The average wage in the Northeast region is about $17 per hour. Many people make less than that. Can you give us an employer's perspective on the wages?
Yes. Minimum wage is less than $9 in Colorado. We pay our cooks $10 per hour, which isn't great, but it is better than minimum. Most of our employees are willing to accept $10 because there aren't that many jobs available in our sparse population.
Do you have to reduce their hours when business is slower?
Yes, we do, which hurts both our income and our employees' income. We do this only as a last resort.
Are you able to offer incentives to your employees in addition to low wages?
Yes, we offer meals to our employees. We also do allow them to purchase bulk items at cost plus 10, which gives them a significant savings over retail.
Low wages affect employers and employees. This is Destiny Mercer reporting live for KRPD Newscast. Back to Excel.
Another challenge we found during our listening tour is the lack of basic needs. Housing, childcare, transportation, and food insecurities are all issues across the region.
The housing shortage, both to own and to rent, has affected everyone. High house pricing and low wages have caused us people to get creative in finding homes. Jimena Perez is in Phillips County, who has to show us of how a small space can accommodate a big family.
Thanks, Raquel. I'm here in Phillips County looking at some of the creative ways people are addressing the region's lack of available housing. This 2-bedroom house is a home to a family of 9. The mother of the house has told us it is more cost-effective to live here and drive to her job 20 miles away than it is to live in a closer city due to the high price and lack of availability of rental units. While visiting with her, we learned that it's extremely difficult to come up with first and last month's rent. Utility deposits and other moving costs such as propane for heat. It is estimated that moving costs for an $800 a month can run upwards for $1,900. This is Jimena from KRPD News reporting on creative ways to beat the housing crunch.
Thank you, Jimena. With lots of people working strange hours and many families working 2 or more jobs, there is a huge need for childcare.
Yes, Raquel, and there is an equally huge lack of care providers. Some people travel 30 to 40 miles to find childcare.
Our roving reporter, Calissa, is in Logan County talking to some of them.
This is Calissa reporting for KRPD News. I'm here with new mom, Maria, talking about childcare challenges. Maria, what did you find when looking for childcare?
I was shocked when I found out that it costs between $125 to $200 a week and my job only pays minimum wage.
Wow, that's expensive. What did you and your husband decide to do?
We live with my parents, and my mom doesn't work, so she can take care of her, and I can go back to work.
Does your job offer any kind of childcare at the office?
No, they don't, and the other childcare facilities are in other towns, so it would mean a longer drive.
For people who don't have home care options, like parents or neighbors, childcare can take up to almost 1/2 of their income. This is Calissa reporting for KRPD News.
Childcare can certainly be an issue. It makes me glad that I don't have kids. But another big challenge for families is transportation. With the lack of mass transit, it's hard for people to get around, to get to the grocery store, to get to work, or to get medical treatment because they need to move in vehicles, but some people don't have vehicles to move in.
Fortunately, we have lots of auto dealers out here. Let's hear from one of them now. We will be right back with more stories right after this commercial.
Welcome to Slick Shady's Used Cars. We have all of the makes and models for you to choose from. No credit? No problem. No down payment? No problem. As long as you have a job, we can finance you at one of our low rates. Remember Slick Shady for all of your used car needs. If you can find a car in our lot, we can find you to repo it.
Thank goodness for all of our auto dealers. They make it possible for us to get around to important places like schools, grocery stores, and hospitals.
Speaking of hospitals, access to healthcare is another challenge in the area. With only 83 doctors, 23 dentists in the 9 counties, it can take anywhere from 2 weeks or to 2 months to get an appointment.
Healthcare becomes even more difficult if you have a chronic disease that needs specialized treatment. Our reporter in Kit Carson has a story about a child with just that issue. Let's hear what she has to say.
This is Nayeli reporting live from Kit Carson County, where we are talking to Kibri about what it's like to have a medical condition that requires special doctor appointments. What is your medical condition that requires specialized care?
I'm a type 1 diabetic.
How long have you been a diabetic for?
5.5 years.
Can you tell me what your day looks like when you have a doctor's appointment?
It's a long drive to start with, and then you could have a wait up to 15 minutes to an hour and a half until you get to see your doctor, and then you go for an hour and a half appointment with your doctor, and then you go home you have your drive home.
That's a long day. Does that mean that your parents have to miss work?
Yes, and I have to miss school too.
Is there anything else that makes it hard to travel to your doctor's appointments?
Weather, having a good car, having your parents take off the day of work, having to take the day of school off, and the long drive.
Thanks, Kibri. This is Nayeli Ramontes reporting for KRPD News.
With the nation's push for a better healthcare system, we are seeing great strides across the nation, even out here on the northeastern plains.
One of the biggest issues that is still a challenge is access to mental health care. Our clinics are few and far between, and when we need to find the right doctor, it can take a several-hour drive. And with our crazy Colorado weather, who knows if the drive will be safe or even possible.
Speaking of the weather, let's check out the weather forecast from our reporter in Yuma County.
This is Alicia reporting with your Northeast Colorado weather forecast. Northeast Colorado is still suffering from the effects of El Niño. It is one of the few places you can experience blizzards, tornadoes, heat over 80 degrees, tons of sunshine, and a perfectly nice day all in the same day. The high point to our crazy weather is that it looks like our drought has ended. The low point is that the rains have caused dry creek beds to flood unexpectedly. Stay tuned to Northeast Colorado for more wild weather. This is Alicia Rasmussen reporting for KRPD News.
That wraps up today's broadcast.
Thank you for joining us on KRPD News.
We hope you learned something about the beautiful northeastern plains.
See you again in 4 years.